Good morning, children. So the next chapter from first flight is two stories about flying. Okay. Those two stories are his first flight and the black aeroplane. Today we will read the first flight. This chapter perhaps you must have studied in class 6 if I am not wrong. Anyways, we'll start the chapter. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and sisters had already flown away the day before. Now, what is a ledge? It's a horizontal shelf projecting out of the wall. Now, you see big cliffs, it will be extended like it will be like a platform which is extended, which is having the steep edges. Okay, now that is what is a ledge. He had been afraid to fly with them. So his brothers and sisters had flown away the day before, but this particular seagull is afraid to fly. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow when he had taken a run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. Now this was his fear which was not making him fly. The great expanse of the sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. So that seagull could see that when he comes to the brink of that ledge and he wants to take to flap the wings and take that flight, he sees the expanse of the sea. That means wide area of the sea, which he has to cover. He has to go miles down to reach to the place where he had, because he cannot stop in the waters, and he is afraid. He thinks that his wings will not support him. He will fall down. Okay. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, and so he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So he was not able to gather courage. He thought that his wings are weak and he won't be able to fly. Thinking that again he comes to the brink of that ledge, that means to the edge of the ledge to take a flight, but he doesn't gather that courage. Again he goes back and he goes into the hole which he sleeps at night, which is there in the ledge. Even each of his brothers and little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away. He failed to muster up courage and to take up that plunge, which appeared to him so desperate. So he was not able to muster up courage. That means to gather courage to take that plunge, to take that decision that I can fly. His father and mother had come calling him to shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening him to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away, because there was no food for them to eat on the ledge. To survive, to take the food, they have to move from that ledge to a different place. So he was not gathering the courage, but for the life of him, he could not move. He was very much afraid that he will die. If he flies, he will fall down in the water. So for his life, he was not able to do that. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight. What is that, perfecting them in the art of flight? That means making them how to fly perfectly. This is what the parents teach them, isn't it? Teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for a fish. How to skim the waves means when the waves are coming, how to still even be on the surface of the water. So these are the skills which the parents teach their birds. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it. Now herring is a small kind of a fish which the birds eat, and then he has devoured it, means he has eaten it very quickly. Standing on a rock while his parents circle round, raising a proud cackle. Now cackle is an unpleasant sound. Why this proud cackle? Because the parents are very happy that their child is able to take that first food, eat it by itself. And all the morning the whole family had walked on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. Now they are on the other cliff. From there they are taunting him, means they are telling him that you are not courageous. They are taunting him with his cowardice. What is cowardice? The act of being coward. Someone who is coward. He is not able to come out of his fear. He is not able to act like a courageous bird. It is given, he has studied earlier, that his brothers and sisters who were much smaller than him, whose wings were much smaller than his wings, they were able to fly. But why not this particular seagull? Because he is not able to gather the courage to do that. Okay. The sun was now ascending in the sky, blazing on his lead that faced the south. So completely the sun was, it was like noon. So the heat of the sun was much. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly onto the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with another leg hidden under his wing, he closed his one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Now why he is doing that? Just to gather the attention of his family. That they'll see that he's standing on the brink and sleeping. He may fall down, so they'll come near him. That is why he is doing it. Still they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing off with their heads sunk into their necks. Now this is how, if you have observed the birds sleeping, this is how they sleep. They sink their head and their beaks into the necks and they doze. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Preening the feathers means he is trying to clean the feathers. He is maintaining the feathers. Have you ever seen birds? No, they clean their feathers with the feathers in the beak. From the tip they reach to end of the feathers. Okay, the preening of the feathers. Only his mother was looking at him. Now who was looking at him? Now who is much more worried about him? His mother. At home also you see mothers take much more care about the children than the father and anyone else in the family, right? She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of a fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and then to wet it. So he is remembering, he has seen his mother. Why his mother is showing him that piece of fish? To arouse the hunger, to overcome that hunger. So seeing that piece of fish, he will feel like flying and getting the food because he was hungry. Ga, ga, he cried, begging her to bring him some food. Now when he has seen his mother with the food, he started shouting, he started crying that I want food. Go cool, she screamed back derisively, that he is asking her to come to him to take the food. But he kept calling plaintively, that means very sadly he is going on calling, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. Now why he was joyful? What he had seen, that he became so happy. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet. Now when he saw his mother bringing the food for him, he was very happy. He was tapping his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. So when she was flying across him, he is trying to come near her. But she was just opposite to him. She halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within the reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. So his mother came near him where she could see that he can reach for the fish, and she stopped moving, coming further nearer to him. He was surprised at why mother is not coming nearer to him. Then why she did this? Perhaps she wants him to fly and get the food by himself. And maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. Now he could not control his hunger, and now he got the courage to fly. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into the space. So he started flapping his wings. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. Then something stopped him, a terror. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. So that monstrous feeling, of stopping, that what he has done, that was only just for a minute. And then what happened? The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. So that fear which suddenly came, what that suddenly came? That he dived at the fish. And when he started flapping his wings, at that particular moment, he was completely seized with that fear. That once at a moment he felt that he should stop. Okay, but then he could hear nothing. It lasted only for a minute. The next minute he flapped his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against the breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wing. He could feel the tips of his wing cutting through the air. Now what the bird is doing? It started flying. It could feel the winds cutting its feathers, cutting its breast, and he is moving forward. He could feel he was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. Now what had made him fly? His hunger had made him fly. The sight of the food has made him fly. Now he has overcome that fear of flying. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wing once and he soared upwards. For a moment he felt dizzy, he felt again afraid. But then he started moving his wings, flapping his wings, and he soared upwards. Ga, ga, gal, cool, ah. His mother swooped past him. That she was moving, taking rounds past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him, screaming. He saw his two brothers and sisters flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. So they were also moving around him there. That means it is a kind of encouragement. Everybody, all the brothers, the two brothers and sisters, his father, they also started moving towards him once they saw that this seagull was flying. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. Now children, you are afraid of the things till the time you are not able to do it. Once you overcome it, then are you afraid of it? No. Because you have overcome that afraid. And you succeed in the things. Once again I will add the same thing, that डर के आगे जीत है. So it's only a fear that stops you from doing something. Once you overcome that fear, then you succeed. Okay. He commanded himself to dive, soar and curve, shrieking shrilly. That means he was giving sharp cries. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned into his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. That means he was so happy that now he is being able to fly. When he is looking downwards, down he could see the vast green sea, and somewhere he can see pieces of land in between. His parents and his mother and sister had landed on the green flooring ahead of him. That means on the ridges somewhere the parents have landed in between the sea. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. That means they were encouraging him. They were calling him shrilly. He dropped his leg to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping its wings. Now this is the first time he has taken its flight. Okay, so when he is trying to stop on the sea, his legs went inside the sea. Again he became frightened inside the water. Then again he started flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, but then his belly touched it and he sank no further. So what happens when the birds they dive or they stop on the waters, their legs will go inside the water, but the areas from the belly, it will not sink. Okay, And now he is tired of doing that strange exercise. What was the strange exercise that he has done? The strange exercise of flying for the first time. So that is the reason it's a strange exercise. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming. Now he is floating on the water. Now the family is screaming at him, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. Now they are giving him food to eat. He had made his first flight. And how he was able to make his first flight? Only when he has overcome the fear. So don't be afraid of taking up challenges in your life. When you gather the courage, when you muster up the courage to take challenges in your life, definitely you will succeed. Okay? Any doubts you can ask me.